Hey guys, I just sent out a new assignment, determining physical properties using 3D modeling software. What it has is a bunch of questions about objects that you are going to make on Fusion or Onshape if you're a remote student. And so I've got isometric drawings here of these objects. And you might notice that it says on here that this is a 1/4 inch grid. What that means is that every block on here, every square on here, or every line on here represents a 1/4 of an inch. So in other words, for example, if I'm measuring the length of this line right here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines, 7 grids across the front there. So 7 times a 1/4 inch is 1 3/4 inches. So this front line right here is 1 3/4 inches. And you can, count this around accordingly. In other words, the front leg right here is 2 grids tall, so that's 0.5 inches, right? Half an inch, so on and so forth. So that's how you can interpret that grid. Each line that you go along here is a 1/4 of an inch. And remember, these are isometric drawings, so it's a sort of a direct measurement, right? In other words, everything is its true proportion along every line here. So I've got 3 different objects that you're going to create. You've got this one, and you've got this one, and you've got this one. And I'll talk about how to make this one. I think these other 2 you can probably handle pretty easily. The third one is maybe a little trickier. It uses something that I'm not sure we've used yet called a loft. But before that, I want to talk about the fact that part 1 here, notice that it is supposed to be in aluminum. These questions have to do with density and mass and weight and things like that. And so it depends on what this object is made out of. Not only what its shape is and what its size is, but also what it's made out of. This one's supposed to be made out of brass, and the last one here is supposed to be made out of high density polyethylene, which is a type of plastic. So let me first show you how to change that on Fusion. So I just have a plain old rectangular cube here, and there are a couple of different ways you can do this. You can actually do this up in the modify list up here and choose physical material, or over in the list of bodies here, this would be body 1. Notice how it lights up when I roll over it. If I right click on that, I also get the choice of physical material. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that there. Opens up this box over here. The default is steel. So right now it's treating this object as if it's made out of steel. If I want to change it to another kind of metal, you can notice I've got the different kinds of materials here. Let's look for that high density polyethylene. So it's a type of plastic. So I'm going to scroll down here. I believe it's listed as polyethylene high density. So it says there it is, polyethylene high density. So if I click on that, actually I click and drag that over to the object. See how that lights up when I click it and drag it over there, and then when I let go, it changes that material. So now this object is in that material. Okay, so that's how you can do that. You can change any object, change the material of any object. And again, why that's important is because later on we're going to investigate the properties of this object that's made in that particular material. Okay, so let me go back to this assignment here. So again, these are isometric drawings. So all of those grid measurements are a 1/4 of an inch. So every line, if I'm going in any direction here, every line that I cross over is a 1/4 of an inch. So this guy would be what, 1, 2, 3/4 of an inch tall right here, this leg right here. So what you might want to think about is, how am I going to create this object on Fusion or on Onshape? This one, you can probably figure out that your best bet here is to make this face right here and do an extrusion. This one up here, there are a lot of different choices. You could do it piece by piece. You can make, this side over here and this side over here, and then the little short piece in the middle here, and then put this on top and this on top, or whatever. You can make this profile and extrude it this way, and then cut out this part right here and cut out this part right here. Lots of different things you can do here. And also remember, you can create a sketch on any surface. So when I create a surface, like if I had this entire flat surface here, I can create a sketch here, create this rectangle, and cut that out. So lots of different